All right, welcome back to an Element Hockey Q and A live podcast. Please wait for me to add Tyler into this. All right, Tyler, talk.
What's up, guys?
Okay, let's see how that worked. Okay, 1 sec. All right, it's working.
That's great.
1 sec. Can't get it like that. Tyler, talk.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Element Hockey.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, so write in your questions, and we'll give you the answers.
Yeah. I want to see those questions.
Mm-hmm. We'll wait. We're not rushing anywhere.
You know, if you guys want to give us a mock trade, leave player point predictions down below. We'll be happy to answer any question you have about NHL hockey.
Yes, we'll just wait for the viewers to come in. Come and ask your questions. Let's go. I want to hear some questions. We're going to answer them. Me and Tyler O'Leary. Gotta get the make sure that's a win. Somebody use my reverse jinx.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
He's rubbing it in my face with that Yankees hat.
I'm a Mets fan though, so it's okay.
Yeah, so why are you wearing a Yankees hat?
It's a reverse jinx.
Oh, come on. They are hot right now.
They lost last night versus Nationals though. So.
You'll lose every once in a while. I don't care about that. As long as they make the playoffs, they can go to the World Series.
Ask your questions. Let's go. I want to hear some questions.
I want to hear some questions. I want to hear what fans you guys are. I want to know what concerns you might have about your team.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. 100%. Oh, what's up? Let's get some comments in here. Oh, they left.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Come on.
Get some comments. Get some discussions. Yeah, let's make some good discussions. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe we should get the ball rolling, huh? Let's talk about Troy. Let's talk about the RFAs, huh? Patrick Laine isn't signed yet.
So
Mitch Marner.
In my opinion, they're waiting on Marner. They're all waiting on Marner.
Yeah, they're gonna drop like dominoes once Marner gets signed, 100%.
See, if Marner is going to the Islanders, like he said, like everyone says he is, it puts Toronto in a bad position right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me rephrase that. It doesn't put them it puts them in a bad position cap-wise. It puts them in a good position to the point where they have a week to decide to get this whole thing over with. So it kind of ties their cap hands, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
It just get the whole situation over with. But yeah, I think all the other guys should be signing soon, whether they're not minor signs.
Yeah.
They want to be in training camp.
I think that Line should not be asking for too much right now. He doesn't have a lot of value right now.
Line is gonna get 8.5.
Yeah, about 8.5.
Maybe
Yeah.
he gets 8.5 for 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
then maybe more if he wants.
Crosby or McDavid? Okay, that's a good question.
That's what
Yeah, you can answer that first one, Tyler.
Well, if you wanted to compare the two in their younger years right now, I'd definitely say McDavid, because I feel McDavid has nothing to work with in Edmonton. Meanwhile, Crosby had a decent goaltender in Fleury. He had Malkin alongside him. But I feel McDavid definitely has a higher ceiling than Crosby.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree. Yeah, but I think McDavid's better as of right now. But career-wise, yeah, Sidney Crosby is much better. He's won cups, 3 Stanley Cups. He was a Hart Memorial champion. He won the scoring title a few years. We don't know who he is. He's the second best center in the league. But don't get me wrong. I mean, he's not. He doesn't make him bad. He's still a phenomenal bona fide star, but not as good as he was. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go McDavid here.
McDavid is just. Is anyone on McDavid's level?
No.
Is it? No one can.
You can't argue. You can't even argue.
Turn it up with no.
Yeah. Let's get your questions in about your team. Who are your top 5 prospects? 2020 draft. I haven't really looked at it yet that much, but I mean, right off the bat, I'm obviously gonna go Alexis Lafreniere. Yeah. He looks like he's been promising. A promising player to watch.
He's been touted as the next Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, and I think I don't know.
I've seen some of his games. Don't get me wrong, the kid's phenomenal, but like the only person you could really say that about was McDavid. Yeah,
I agree. Also, I like Quentin Byfield, the center. He's a versatile player. I think I like him a lot. I think that again, he's a comparable player to I don't know, can you guess like a skitty? I guess like a very fast bona fide star. He's going to be a bona fide star in the league. Lucas Raymond, right wing from Frölunda, 5'10". He's an underager, but he's been helping Sweden in the under 18 world championship. He has 4 goals and 4 assists in 7 games, over point per game on the under 18 tournament. Had a hat trick, including the overtime winner. Again, a great player. He played for Frölunda, where also Rasmus Dahlin played. I like him. I like him a lot. And I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go Alexander Holtz. He could play left and right wing. He joined Lucas Raymond actually for the Hlinka Gretzky tournament. He had 7 points in 5 games. He's a bigger player. He's 6 feet. I like him. Quentin Byfield, I think he's more of a known name. He's center for the Sudbury Wolves. He's a big player. I like his style. I like his gameplay. He's a big man. He can get to the net. He could hit. He could frustrate the opponents. Again, he's skating.
Matthew Tkachuk kind of player.
Yeah.
Face kind of guy.
Yeah. He's an excellent playmaker. He could skate very great. He skates great. And then my last player probably Justin Barron, or the right defenseman out of Halifax. 6'2". He's a big man. He could impress offensively and defensively. He's more of a two-way defenseman. I like his game, and I think he could be like Rasmus Dahlin comparable. So that's really my top 5 from the NHL draft. Do I think it's worth offering Marner? I don't think so at all. I think Mitch Marner is a really good player. He's a star, but I just don't think he's worth $15 million or whatever the Leafs are offering him. I think that he should really stay in his lane. I think he has to. I mean, I get like you want to make the best decision for yourself as a player, but $14 million for a player that played fourth line actually before John Tavares came. That 2017-18 season with Thomas Plekanec and Connor Brown. It's not good to have a $14 million player. I don't think
he only started becoming better when John Tavares stepped in as center. So it makes you wonder.
Yeah, 100%. I think that I don't think he'd be as good wherever team he goes to next, and I don't think he's starting the season with the Leafs. So that's really I don't think he's starting the season with the Leafs. I think he's gonna either hold out or wait for an offer sheet, but that's gonna hold up a lot of other RFAs.
Well, by the time training camp comes around, they're allowed to put those guys on LTIR. So they have a little extra cap space, like about I think $8 million. I'm pretty sure because Horton and Clarkson go up there, so that's 10. But they're already 2 over the cap, so $8 million. Yeah. Is it worth overshooting him now? 4 first-round picks?
Yeah, it's not worth it.
No.
Stanley.
And the cap space you're giving, and the cap you're giving him too, only for 5 years. That's what he wants. It's not worth it.
Stanley Cup final predictions. Okay, Tyler, you could go first here. What do you think is gonna make the Stanley Cup finals?
Well, I had St. Louis and Tampa this year. I'm gonna go. Do I want to go San Jose or Vegas? I'm gonna go San Jose. No, I'm gonna go Vegas and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Vegas, Pittsburgh. Okay. I think coming out of the West, it's gonna be the San Jose Sharks as well. I think the Flames are gonna be in the conference finals, but I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that's really relevant right now. But anyways, I got the Sharks, yeah, and maybe a dark horse team like the Hurricanes or maybe the Capitals. I think Ovechkin's gonna want to win another cup. Have another fountain parade. Thoughts on the Dallas Stars roster before to be a cup contender? I like Dallas, and I like what they did. They got rid of a lot of dead weight, like Valerian Nichushkin. They signed Joe Pavelski to a team-friendly deal. I like Ben Bishop. I like Anton Khudobin. I like their decor. I like Miro Heiskanen is unbelievable. He's a top 10 defenseman in the NHL already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. They will be a contender, but if they don't get but it all starts from Rupe Hintz, because if Radek Faksa doesn't do as good and if Joe Pavelski doesn't play as good, then they're going to rely on Rupe Hintz to step up, especially that they're going to put Pavelski in the wing with Rupe Hintz. So, yeah, I think they're going to be a contender. I think conference finals is a possibility. Even the finals is a possibility. And Florida, I don't know if they'll be a cup contender, but I think they'll be in the playoffs. And the reason why is because, when you get Sergei Bobrovsky, it makes you a contender, yeah. But that decor is very questionable. It has a lot of holes in it. Is Aaron Ekblad a first overall pick? I don't think so, but he's solid. Can Keith Yandel have another great year like he did last year? I don't know. Hopefully he can. Can Ian McCoshen step up in the big moments? Can Mike Matheson be the defenseman that they extend him for 8 years? Hopefully, but yeah, they'll be a contender. They got Brett Connolly, they got Anton Strawman, they got Bobrovsky. They'll be a contender, but I don't know if they'll win the cup. Top 3 Calder nominees. You want to? Let me hear your opinion on this, Tyler.
All right, so top 3 Calder nominees. So you got to take in mind this year's draft and the prospects that we've been waiting on for the past couple seasons. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go. Pains me to say this as a Devils fan. I'm gonna go Kaapo Kakko. I feel like he could put pucks in the net, get in the dirty areas. I'm going to go Martin Nikas from the Carolina Hurricanes. And I'm also going to go Cale Makar from the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like he can do so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Jack Hughes. I'm gonna have to go with Cale Makar, and I'm gonna go with Kaapo Kakko. Yeah, I think those are the 3 most promising rookies in this 2019 draft. Or not, okay, Makar was chosen before that, but I think they're going to be very promising players to watch. I think Makar is going to replace Tyson Barrie nicely. And then, yeah, that's really it for my top 2 prediction. I think Tampa will have a solid run. I have them winning. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that they're going to get swept in the first round again. They're going to get close to fit. They're not getting 63 wins or 62 wins, whatever it was. But, yeah, they're going to get around 50 to 57. which is very respectable for that team. Again, 50 to 57 wins is great. Yeah, and I have them winning the cup. I think I think they could definitely win the cup, but it'll be too obvious to pick them. I mean, we saw what happened last year,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's very similar to what happened to the Red Wings. Yeah,
but if they don't make it far this year, let's say they get second or first round exit, you got to think something big's gonna happen in that front office or on that team with a trade or a fire.
yeah, and I don't think it's gonna start from John Cooper because yeah, they're extending him to a multi-year extension. I just don't think they're gonna extend him.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna fire him. Your
Yeah.
friend said Pittsburgh is a contender. Some people don't have them make the playoffs. I personally don't have them making the playoffs as an Islander fan. I mean, it's not biased, but like, no, I'm sorry, I'll take it back. I mean, they could definitely make the playoffs, but it won't be that easy anymore because you got an aging Sidney Crosby, you got an aging Evgeny Malkin, Patrick Hornqvist is in his 30s, on the wrong side of 30. I think
They just traded Phil Kessel.
they traded Phil Kessel for Galchenyuk, which he's most likely going to start the season with Sidney Crosby and Jay Gensel. So maybe they're going to make the playoffs. I think that's pretty much 90% true.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard though with I don't think Murray's going to have as good as a season as he did last year, but yeah, they can make the playoffs. You had them as a contender, Tyler, right?
Well, I'm keeping in mind that I'm predicting Murray and Galchenyuk to perform above par. So
Yeah.
that's what really comes down for me. Is Murray going to have a phenomenal season, and is Galchenyuk going to put up 70+ points?
Yeah, I agree too. You can answer this one as a Devils fan. Who would you choose from as a Loris question? Nico Hischier or Nolan Patrick?
Oh, Nico Hischier definitely. Nolan Patrick has not lived up to expectations in Philadelphia. It's not looking too good for him. They've brought in Kevin Hayes so far. That might mean he gets bumped down to third line center, but they could move him to wing, but I just don't see it happening. But Nico Hischier, in my opinion, he's a good two-way centerman. His defensive game is so elite as a young guy. This year he could really touch up his scoring ability, but my only problem with Nico is that he looks to pass the puck too much. But that's my only problem with him so far. But I think he's been very good for the Devils so far. Good pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like Nico Hischier, and I think this year he's going to break out. I do like Patrick, but he just never seems like to get the upper. He just can't. I wouldn't count him out. I agree with you, Joseph. But I think he has to take his game to the next level if he wants to be better than Hischier. And I think that yeah, exactly. Not with Philadelphia because they got Kevin Hayes, and they're not paying $7.5 million to a person that's going to play third line center. Kevin Hayes is going to start on the second line left center. And that will leave Nolan Patrick as the third line center, which I don't like at all. I don't think it's gonna work out. I think they're gonna end up trading him personally. I think Hischier's better. Yeah. Matthews hitting 100 points. No, even if he has no injuries, Austin Matthews will not put up 100 points. He's an overrated player. I don't want to hate on the Leafs fans, but he's not. He's a very overrated player. 90 to 95 is a more reasonable number, but I just don't see him getting 100 because he's a power forward, and he's more of a mix, a sniper and a power forward. But I love his game. He's physical, but he's a little overrated. People have him better than McDavid. He's not even close on McDavid's level. If people just respected him for being on Matthews' level, then yeah, I would put him at 100 points. But I'm sorry, right now he's overrated, and there's chance of injury. Florida beating Tampa Bay in the first round. No, that's not happening. Florida's not that much better.
No, but you look at the goaltending matchup. Who'd you rather have, Bobrovsky or Vasilevsky?
I'm going to go Vasilevsky because Bobrovsky played in front of a great defensive core in Columbus. He had Seth Jones, Zach Werenski, Dennis Savard, Ryan Murray, Marcus Nudavara, Adam Clendenning. Last year they had Jack Johnson, who was a respectable piece. I'm going to take Tampa even because they have a stacked defensive core. Florida has to depend on if Stralman gets injured. They have to depend on the likes of Mackenzie Weegar, who I don't think they should trust right now. So
but Florida's top six is pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie.
So
they matched up well together. Just that Tampa has more depth. But playoffs come around, you never know what happens.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be very debatable. It's a debatable topic if Florida will beat Tampa, but I don't think so, in my opinion. Trade Malkin. Angus, no, I don't think they're gonna trade Malkin. He was drafted there originally. The fans will love him. Uh, I get it's a business decision, but I don't think there's anything wrong with this game. Players have down years, and he only played 68 games. He was over point per game. Trust me, watch him play next season, and a full 82 games, and he'll put up over 100, and then everyone will take back their words. Joseph Marshall, I think the Rangers will miss, and the Devils will make it. I agree with you. I think the Devils will make the playoffs. I like their chances as a wild card, the first wild card or the second seed if they're at best. I like their additions. I like PK Subban. I like the Will Butcher team-friendly signing. I like Wayne Simmons. I like that they're going to get so much salary relief after this year with Andy Green coming off the books, but I would probably re-sign him. I like that they got Nikita Gusev again, and they got Jack Hughes, obviously. Yeah, I like their team. I think Subban needs to have a bounce-back year, but there's a question mark in the net with Corey Schneider and Mackenzie Blackwood. If they play solid, they're a second team. They're a second seed team. That's great. But if they play inconsistent goalies, they play hot potato in net. No, they're not. They either don't make it or they barely make it, which I don't like. But I hope the best for Corey Schneider. I hope he does have a good season. Nolan Patrick's a bust. Patrick's not. I don't think Nolan Patrick is a bust yet, man. 2 seasons.
He's not given the right opportunity.
You're right, exactly. Now with Kevin Hayes, it's going to be even worse. He's shown potential. I don't think he's a bust, but they just have to play him second line. Otherwise, he won't develop.
Yeah.
He won't develop good at all. Patrick has shown
Also
potential.
Injuries
Right.
too,
Injuries.
right?
He's played. He played 68 games last year, very close to it. Patrick has shown potential. Yeah, I agree with you, Joseph. He has shown potential, but again, like I said, I feel like I'm keep repeating this. Kevin Hayes is gonna take his spot. I think that I hope for his sake he does good, and if he doesn't, he'll always be a good trading piece for the Flyers. I wouldn't count him out yet, right? True, but not with Philadelphia. Exactly what I've been saying this whole time. He's not going to become a bona fide star with Philadelphia if they keep doing this to him. What do you think, Tyler?
No, I completely agree with you. When they came into that draft at the number 2 spot, they were looking for that 1-2 punch with Giroux with picking Patrick. Since then, Giroux has been moved to wing. Couture has become a bona fide number 1 center. They acquired Kevin Hayes, signed him to a not team-friendly contract. And Nolan Patrick's going to be bumped down to number 3 in his 3rd season in the NHL. But I think if he wants to work with his career, move on, get better, he's going to have to ask for a trade and potentially go to another team.
Yeah, I agree with you. Who won the Lucic-Neal trade? I'm going to go first here. I think this is a slam dunk for the Edmonton Oilers. I think he's going to be playing with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Alexander Chasen, and he's going to put up close to 25 goals, and I love this deal for them. I don't know what Calgary's thinking, especially to a division rival. I know Lucic can still hit and provide energy, but in today's NHL, you don't need Lucic's type of game. You need more of Neal's game, and he just couldn't find his groove with Edmonton. I think Edmonton finally wins the trade. They have a new culture there. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I got Edmonton winning the trade. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, same here. I think I got Edmonton winning the trade. It was Lucic or Neal, but Edmonton had to retain a little bit percentage of Lucic's contract. But in my opinion, they just paid to get a better skill guy in Neal. I think Neal will fit in beautifully with McDavid on that wing. Power play, he'll do good. It's just Neal's never scored less than 20 goals in his career, and it was just weird to see him not do it on Calgary. He just didn't fit well with that team. He wasn't even given an opportunity on the first or second line. But regarding the trade, though, I don't know what Calgary's GM was thinking. Lucic is nowhere near as skilled as Neal. It would have been made way more sense for him to go over to Vancouver to Neal for Eriksson, or maybe even, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It just baffles me.
Yeah, I agree. That Edmonton definitely slam dunk. Top 5 NHL goalies. All right, I'm gonna go number 5, Ben Bishop. Number 4, Sergei Bobrovsky. Number 3, Andrei Vasilevsky. Do you mean top 5 goalies this season? If you meant this season, I'm gonna say a little biased. I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm gonna go Robin Leonard at number 3, right? Number 3, that was, yeah. And
Oh That was number 2.
Oh, right. What do you think? What are your top 5? I can't really think of
Well,
in
if
better
we're
order.
talking about past 10 years, not just the season. I'll do past 10 years because you did this season.
Yeah.
Number 5, I'll go Jonathan Quick.
Right.
Number 4, Corey Crawford. Number 3, I'll go Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'll go Ben Bishop. And number 1, I'll Carey Price.
As of the last 5 years, I really like. I'm gonna go number 5, Carey Price. Number 4, I'll go Sergei Bobrovsky. Number 3, Andre Vasilevsky. Number 2, I'm gonna have to go with. I guess I have to go with Braden Holtby, but his numbers have declined. And number 1, I like Pekka Rinne a lot. He's a really good player, goalie, and he's always had high save percentages. He's getting up there in age, but I think that he can have a nice bounce back year.
Yeah.
Do you think Ottawa can win a cup in the next 10 years with a young group like Shabbat, White, Tkachuk, Brandstrom? Yeah, I think 10 years. I think 10 years is a reasonable time frame. 10 years is actually a perfect time frame. In the next 10 years, at least. They're not winning it next year. I mean, what type of? That's not even. That's like certain. They're not winning it next year. Maybe in 5 years they could start contending with free agencies and their young players.
Yeah.
10 years is very reasonable. I think Brady Tkachuk will become in those 10 years a top 5 player in the NHL. Thomas Chabot will be a top 5 defenseman. Colin White will be a respectable top 6 forward who could put up 60 to 70 points. Eric Brandstrom, again, they fleeced Vegas for that deal. I don't know how they did it, but Brandstrom is one of the best defensive prospects in the league. And 10 years is a reasonable time frame, Oliver. If Ristolainen gets traded, where he will end up? I'm gonna have to go Winnipeg here, only because Nick Ehlers Winnipeg has been looking to trade Ehlers because he's been struggling at a $6 million cap hit. So I'm gonna go Winnipeg for Nick Ehlers and maybe a 3rd round pick to sweeten the deal a little bit. But I wouldn't go Detroit or Anaheim. I think Winnipeg is the most realistic deal. I think even if Edmonton is looking to improve their roster, maybe he goes to Edmonton for Darnell Nurse and something else. Or Puljujarvi, Darnell Nurse. Definitely. Keep the questions coming. Let's go, you guys. Tell us about your favorite team. What our predictions are for them. We'll be happy to answer them.
Do you have any concerns for your team? What would you like to see your team trade for?
Yeah. How about Mitch Marner's asking for $15 million? Let's start with that. What do you guys think in the comments? 15 million is 13 million is still too much for him. That would make him the highest paid player in the league, and it would set him up for unrestricted free agency in 5 years when his contract would end. I don't like it. I don't like what he's asking for at all. Philip Zadina point prediction. This is I like Philip Zadina's game. Yeah, that would be a realistic one. Angus, I like Zadina. I like his game. I think he will fill up Montreal and Ottawa's net with pucks. I think he could score 25, 30 goals if everything goes right, and he gets a top 6 role. And he could also dish in the power play. He can get assists. So 55, 68 is very reasonable. But just to be safe, I'll go 40 to 60 because I don't think 68 points is really reasonable for him. He's coming from the AHL, and he has suggested a new game in the NHL. What do you think about the Bruins in the future? I like the Bruins, but their future isn't so bright. But it is good because they have Troy McAvoy, they have Jake DeBrusk, they have Danton Heinen,
Brandon Carlo.
Right, but Jacob Forsbach Carlson left them, but he's not a really good player. They're gonna have a good future. They still have all their first round picks. They didn't have to trade them last year at the deadline. Good job to Don Sweeney. So they have a good future ahead of them, but not a great future. They're gonna have to tank if they want a better future than what they have now. McAvoy's gonna lead it. He needs to get re-signed already. Who's gonna be the next LA Kings? Poor cap and shitting the bed. The LA Kings are maybe the Anaheim Ducks, but I think they're already in that scenario.
Yeah, they're in that scenario
Right. So
already.
I think Pittsburgh's gonna have, but it's a very different scenario because they saw Crosby, Malkin, they've got Chenyuk, they have Letang, Murray. So, but yeah, I think Pittsburgh is a more realistic pick
Yeah,
because they already
because they're older.
right, and they signed Brandon Tanev to a ridiculously dumb contract, and
Traded Tanner Pearson for Eric Goodbranson.
right, yes, yeah. Sabres making the playoffs next season. What do you think, Tyler?
Well, like we filmed earlier, we filmed our 31 and 31 for the Sabres. That video should be coming out shortly. I predicted no because I feel like the Atlantic is just some teams have gotten better, such as the Panthers. Maple Leaf decor has gotten better. As though the Sabres gotten better this offseason, adding Johansson, Miller, and Jimmy Vesey. I feel there's still question marks in net and on that blue line. So I feel like there's still holes to fill, but it's a no for me.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I haven't having a respectable season, but even with a respectable season, I think Jack Eichel is tired of having these learning seasons. I think he wants to make the playoffs, and you can see the frustration in his voice. Who has the best future in the NHL? I have the answer here, and I think you'll agree with me, Tyler. I'm going to go the Colorado Avalanche. Again, Bowen Byram, Cale Makar, Tyson Jost is a very promising player. Nathan McKinnon is only 24 or 25. Nico Rantanen is very young, and they're all underpaid. At least McKinnon is for now, and Landeskog has a really team-friendly deal, and I like Landeskog too. Yeah, they have a really good. They have a really good veteran core too. You know, Nazem Kadri's a really good player. They got Eric Johnson over there. Sam Girard, a young player. I like him. Their goalies, Grubauer.
Question mark for me is in net.
Yeah.
Will Grubauer adjust to that starter role?
Yeah, I don't know. I like Grubauer, but he's gonna have to adjust if he wants to make this Colorado. If he wants to win cups, this Colorado team. I like their future. They have the best future in the NHL. Yeah, 100% Colorado. I know it's hard to compare, but do you think in the future Brandstrom can be better than? Oh yeah, I mean, 100%. Brandstrom has a amazing offensive skill. He's a power play quarterback. He's a raw scorer. I like him. He could score 20 goals in a season as a defenseman. And you know, Stone's already entering. He's going to enter 30 years old soon, and Brandstrom is in his 20s still, very young 20s. So I mean, obviously he's gonna be better because he's only this young and he's not even entering his prime. So yeah, it is hard to compare though because of a defenseman and a left winger or right winger in Stone. But yeah, I think he could definitely be better. Daniel Sprong's potential. Daniel Sprong, what do you think, Tyler?
Well, he was a highly touted prospect in Pittsburgh. Got traded to Anaheim. Potential in Anaheim. He's definitely gonna get more minutes because of the team's state right now. I'm gonna go top 6 forward.
I like Sprong.
But-
I like Sprong. I think he could put up to 50 to 70 points a season because he's been playing the top line most likely with Getzlav. I think he's a top 6 high potential forward to a elite forward because he hasn't really had a big sample size. He had 14 goals and 5 assists last year in the NHL with 41 games. Again, it's pretty respectable for a player like him who was placed in the Ducks third line, which is not a line you want to be on, trust me. But yeah, I like him a lot. I don't know if they won the trade by trading Marcus Pettersson, but yeah, but it was definitely a good. It wasn't a bad deal. They needed goal scoring more than defense, I think, because they have Hampus Lindholm and Cam Fowler. They traded Brandon Montour. It was questionable. They got a first out of that, but I don't know. I don't think it was a good deal. They got Josh Manson. I like him a lot. Yeah, and Sprong has really good potential, and he could definitely become an elite forward. What team do you think is the hardest to rebuild in the NHL? Tyler, you can go first here.
Well, playing a lot of NHL 19 franchise mode, I have experience with this, but I have to say it's probably a tie between Ottawa or Edmonton because Edmonton you have McDavid and Draisaitl, and that's it pretty much. All the other pieces are just there. Can't trade anyone for the winger you need. You have to build through the draft, and I think that's the hardest to do. Ottawa's just a basement team. We all know that.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, keep going. Keep talking about Ottawa. Yeah.
Ottawa's just a basement team. It's going to take time for them to develop with the young guys they have and the pieces they have. They got Shabbat. Kachuk should be a star in a couple of years. They got Connor Brown and Nikita Zaitsev this year, which should help them. But I don't know. I just don't see anything with this Ottawa team that really fascinates me.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's Edmonton. I don't think it's Ottawa. They have a bright future ahead. I think it's got to be Los Angeles or Anaheim. I can't really decide. They have a lot of bad contracts. Kopitar and Brown and Doughty are heavily overpaid, and Kovalchuk and Toffoli is like just really bad contracts. I don't like it at all. I think it's got to be the Kings actually. Thoughts on Islanders trashing Robin Leonard? I wouldn't say trashing. It wasn't. I don't know if it was a bad decision because they got Varlamov, he's a proven good goaltender. He can make saves, but he has to be in the right system. Like, and what better system to revive your career than Barry Trotz and Mitch Korn? I like the Islanders. I think they can make the playoffs. No bias at all, but I mean, how can I not say they're not going to make the playoffs? They're my favorite team, but not only that, they have a lot of promising pieces. Nobody really talks about Devin Taves. Pellick and Pulak are one of the best pairings in the NHL. Leddy and Boychuk, we all know they're capable of playing defense. Solid top six. Barzal has to break out this year, though. It's very it's necessary if they want to make the playoffs. Who will make the playoffs in the East next year? Tyler, you want to go for this one?
All right, so first seed in the East, in my opinion, is definitely going to be Tampa. So let's go Atlantic first. First seed, Tampa. Second seed, I'm going to go Toronto. Third seed, I'll go Boston. And fourth seed, I'll go Florida. So I think 4 and 4 are going to make it. So let's go over to Metro now. I think Capitals are going to be first seed. I think the New York Islanders will lock up that second seed. I think the New Jersey Devils are going to get the third seed, and Pittsburgh will get the fourth seed, just sneaking in.
All right, so 4 and 4. Okay, I respect that. I agree exactly. I like that you chose the Devils. Yeah, I think they're going to make the playoffs as the third seed. You said third seed, right, for the Devils?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But that leaves out the Carolina Hurricanes.
Well, the only issue I had with them was their goaltending. Peter Mrazek and James Reimer. I don't know if I trust that tandem enough to put them in. I know Devils have issues with goaltending right now, but Corey Schneider is 100% healthy, and Mackenzie Blackwood looks like he's ready to take that next step towards becoming a starter. So it looks like it's promising, but it looks good on paper. But will they perform? That's the only question.
Yeah. Oilers making the playoffs? Yes. As much as I really want them to make the playoffs. I hate to see McDavid and Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins and Klefbom's career being wasted, and Darnell Nurse too. Their careers are just being eaten by this team. But I don't see who they could possibly replace. Like, they can't. Like, the worst team they could possibly replace is Vegas, and Vegas is not a bad team, so it's gonna be impossible. So what do you think? Do you think Oilers make the playoffs?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Much as I like them to make the playoffs, see McDavid take another run at it, maybe Nuge take another run at it. I can't see them making it. I have, in my opinion, 5 teams are going to make it from the Central because that division is just stacked. So, yeah, only 3 teams in the Pacific are going to make it, in my opinion, and probably the same 3 teams that made it last year.
Yeah. Robin Leonard, Thomas Grayson, Varlamov, in terms of their 2019-20 season, will go. I mean, I gotta go Varlamov first, and there's no bias. I'm gonna say it's Varlamov first, only because we know Barry Trotz, we know his defense system. Mitch Korn is probably the best goalie coach in the league. The Islanders' defense is the best in the league. The only reason I don't say Robin Leonard will go first is because Chicago was the worst defensive team last year. They let up the most goals, and some of that is to blame on Cam Ward, but you can't blame it on the goalie. And Crawford didn't play necessarily well either. So I like Varlamov first. He's probably going to put up. I hope he puts up around a 920. That'll be amazing. Put up 30-something wins. And then second, I'm gonna have to go Leonard. Obviously, he's a Vezina. He was a Vezina candidate, a Masterton winner, the New York Rangers Masterton winner. Whatever, another conversation for another day. But I guess I have to put Leonard because he's definitely solid. But it's gonna be interesting to see how he adjusts to a new defensive system there in Chicago, where they more run and gun than play defense like the Islanders do. And Thomas Greiss will be third. Again, I like Greiss, but he also, remember, he's 36 years old or 35, and he's gonna have a good year. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that out of all those 3 goaltenders, Greiss will be the worst. Vitaly Kravtsov and Filipino potential. I think they're both going to be high top six forwards. I like them, but people kind of overrate them, like Kratsov being elite. I think they have to play games first, and then you could judge them. But yeah, my prediction would be top six forward high. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Top six forward high. When the Rangers picked Krasov is completely out of left field. No one expected that. You still had names like Wallstrom and Dobson on the board.
And Evan Bouchard. Oh no, Evan Bouchard was picked already.
No, Evan Bouchard was picked for him.
Yeah.
But you looked at names on the board. Krasov was like 13th or 14th. They picked him at, what was it, 9th, 10th?
Yeah, 9. It was 9. So yeah, it was out of left field. Yeah, 100%. But I like him. I like them both. Top six is a really good pick. Hito had like 30 something points, mid 30s. I like him. Kratsov is going to make an impact with his Russian friend Panarin. PS4, Xbox. I gotta go. PS4 here. I have the PS4. So
PS4 all day.
Yeah, PS4 all day. Sorry.
PS4 doesn't leak things early.
Yeah. I think the Wild are the hardest. The Wild are a vegetative state. Yeah, that'll be. Yeah, I like that, Joseph. I think the Wild are the hardest team to rebuild, actually, because they have some bad contracts. But the only reason I said Los Angeles is because of those two $10.5+ million contracts are going to haunt them for the next 5 years or 6 years. But yeah, the Wild, again, Parisi's is still not even halfway through it. He's only halfway through his contract, and Suter is only halfway. Dubnyk is paid a lot, but he is a good goalie. Yeah, they have a lot of overpaid players. The only underpaid player is Stahl there. I really like Stahl, but yeah, that team is
old.
That team would be not be pleasant to rebuild. Vegas, Calgary, San Jose, maybe wild card, but San Jose will be worse.
Yeah, I could see that.
But who would they replace in the wild card if you really think about it? Every team that made it got better, and Edmonton didn't really get as much better. Would you consider making him into oh, yeah, 100%. We're going to do a top 20 center and top 20 winger list similar to NHL Network. Yeah, but we're going to just stay tuned for our next video. Yeah, 100%. Best prospect not drafted in 2019. I mean, I don't really know of any. I don't really know of any.
I'll give you top 3. I'll do that. So
yeah.
Number 3. I'll go Martin Nikas.
No. Best prospects. Oh, you're gonna make
not
drafted. Yeah. Oh.
2019 or 2018.
Yeah, not in 2019. Yeah. Okay. Best prospects. I don't know. It's tough to really decide. Yeah, I guess I'll go.
My number 1 is Cody Glass.
Yeah. Cody Glass. I like Cody Glass. Colin White already played, so. And yeah, I think I like Colin White. Not drafted in 2019. Best prospects: Wallstrom, Dobson, Kravtsov. Yeah. How bikers eat this sketty? Okay, buddy. Jack Hughes, Kaapo Kakko, Philip Zadina, Vitaly Kravtsov, and Kirill Kaprizov 1 through 5. You want to go here, Tyler?
Yeah. Repeat that again.
Jack Hughes, Kaapo Kakko, Philip Zadina, Vitaly Kravtsov, and Kirill Kaprizov, 1 through 5.
All right, so number 5, I'm going to put Vitaly Kravtsov.
Yeah.
Because I feel these other guys are elite, but Vitaly Kravtsov is just a tier below them. Next, I'll go Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah, I like him. He's a really good promising. He's a promising.
I want to put him higher. The other guys are just a league above him. Then I'll go Philip Zadina.
Yes, I like Zadina.
Then Kaapo Kakko. Then Jack Hughes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to say the exact list. I like Kaprizov. He's going to come to North America. I think he's going to be really good. Top 5 NHL players of all time. I mean, you got to go Gretzky number 1, right?
Wait. Our favorites or who do we think the best?
Yeah. And Jacob, answer that question. Our favorites are top players actually. So answer that. So let us know. Kravtsov or Wallstrom. I mean, I'm an Islander fan. I'm gonna have to go Wallstrom here. I know he had a really frustrating college season, but he was point per game in the AHL and helped them in the playoffs a little bit. So I'm gonna go Wallstrom. Again, I like Kravtsov and I like his game. I think he could be just as good. but I like Wallstrom personally better. I think he's a sniper, one of the best snipers to come out of that draft. Best goalie prospect. I'm gonna go either Ilya Sorokin, Igor Shesterokhin. What do you think, Tyler? Who do you like that are goalie prospects?
I was gonna go same thing as you. Sorokin, or I was gonna go Capitals goalie prospect Ilya Samsonov.
Yeah, biased picking Wallstrom. Yeah, I know it's biased, and I'm sorry for saying it. I do seem a little biased. I know Kravtsov had a great World Junior. He carried Russia, and he could play center, winger, all the above. But I know Wallstrom didn't have a good college season, which is not good at all.
Well, Wallstrom had a good World Juniors.
Yeah,
So,
but he was playing with players like Jack Hughes, and I just don't think it's.
No, he was actually on the third line. He wasn't even close to Jack Hughes' line.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'd say 50-50, but at this, after you say that, I'm gonna go 50-50. I can't really choose. It'll be too biased to choose Wallstrom, and I think Kravtsov is a really good player. Okay, let's just go back to that top 5 players of all time. Oh no, okay, that's this one. Top 5 NHL goalies of all time, best and favorite.
See, I don't want to sound biased with this.
Martin Brodeur.
Well, Martin Brodeur is my number 1, regardless.
Yeah.
The stats prove it. Number 2, I'll put Patty Waugh because he's a very close second to Martin Brodeur. They competed like forever. Number 3, I think you gotta go Dominic Hasek. I made unbelievable saves when he was on his back, standing on his head for the Sabres. Number 4, I'll go Ed Belfour.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like Ed Belfour. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you.
Number 5. Who do I want to go with number 5?
Maybe Roberto Luongo, maybe?
Yeah, I'll put Robbie Lou on there. Get his number retired.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to have to go with Martin Brodeur, number 1. Patrick Roy, number 2. Dominic Hasek at number 3, obviously. Glenn Hall at number 4. I like Glenn Hall. And Roberto Luongo, number 5. Yeah, best overall. Yeah. Oh, best overall NHL players. Top 5 NHL players. What do you think?
All right, so I'm gonna take a hot take here. I'll say that for last too. Number 5, I'll put Ray Bourque.
Ray Bourque.
At number 5. At number 4, I'll put Bobby Orr. At number 3, I'll put Gordie Howe. At number 2, I'm going to put Wayne Gretzky because there is someone that is better than Wayne Gretzky. His career got cut short by cancer, back injuries, and he put up the points while he could in 10 seasons. So number 1 is Mario Lemieux.
Yeah. I like that. I like that list as well. But you put you obviously put Gretzky there, right? I'm gonna have to go number 1 Gretzky, number 2 Lemieux. No.
No, Lemieux's more.
Repeat that.
Lemieux put up more points than Gretzky if he was healthy.
No, I'm saying like in my opinion, like what were the best players? I like Lemieux. So I'm gonna go Lemieux at number 2, Bobby Orr at number 3. I like Ray Bourque too. But I'm gonna put him at number 5. Number 4, I'm gonna put Mike Bossy. I like him. I think if he played healthy his whole career, he would have been he would have had the most goals ever in the NHL.
All right, I can get behind that.
Jordan Kyrou, Klim Kostin, and Bockerink. I like Jordan Kyrou. He seems like a really good up and coming prospect for the Blues. Then I'm gonna put him at number 1. He seems versatile. I'm gonna put Klim Kostin number 2. Again, same thing, really promising. He looks like once all the really good players get into their over 30, I think Kyrou and Kostin have to jump in there and help because the Blues team does not have as good as a future of a lot of teams. And then I'll put Bach at number 3 only because I don't really see Bach any highlights from him. I've heard that he's good from Blues fans. No disrespect. I'm sure he'll be a great player. Sakharov or Wallstead. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Sakharov. again, what do you think? A Sakharov or they're talking about the KHL Sakharov. I like a Sakharov. He's a good goalie. People talk about they talk about like comparing Wallsted's and Sakharov's glove hands, but I like Sakharov better. I like a Sakharov better, and it's not. I mean, it's not any like I don't know how to explain it. Like I just think he's gonna end up having a better future. I think he's gonna. Yeah, I don't know. He might go second, third, or first round. I can't really decide right now. Hopefully, I get to know him as the season keeps going in the KHL. I get to see how he plays. I like a Sakharov better. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Thanks for the support, hockey goalie 42. In 5 to 7 years, who are the top 5 Stanley Cup contenders? I'm gonna go first here. Top 5 in no particular order. I'm gonna go the Ottawa Senators. I'm gonna go the New Jersey Devils, the Colorado Avalanche, the Detroit Red Wings, and the New York Rangers. I like all their players, and it really was tough for me to choose the Rangers just now because I'm an Islander fan. But I think all those teams have really promising futures, and 100% they're gonna be really good. They're gonna be really good teams, and if they don't, it'll be a disappointment. Yeah, 100%. Do you think Gretzky would be a star if he played today? What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I think he still would be a star because his hockey IQ and his vision for the ice was so great and above everyone else that he was just on a level like almost like McDavid is today, like above everyone else. I don't think he'd have,
Okay.
Well, you don't play physically today, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, he would be a superstar today.
So you're saying, I mean, you kind of cut out there. You kind of cut out there, but you were saying like you would still be a good player today, right? Yeah. Okay. He'd be a good player, 100%. I think he'd be a good player, but I don't think he'd be as good as he was because it's a different era. The butterfly is invented, the goalie, butterfly goalie. The pads got the nets got smaller. It's a whole new different game. It's much faster. It's not as physical as it was. Like the Broad Street Bullies wouldn't survive a day in today's NHL only because it's so much faster. I think Gretzky would be a star, but not as good as he was. I think he struggled to make that NHL just because how much the game had changed. Yeah, exactly what we just said. Much players are faster, more skilled than him. Thought on how reffing affected the 2019. I think the 2019 playoffs were. You can start with this one. What do you think?
No, I ref myself, but this playoffs was just awful officiating. Even when you get to overtime, they let so many calls go by, and then you have the announcer saying, "Oh, there's a ref letting the call go by because it's overtime. Anything goes." That's not how you play hockey. Hockey is you make a mistake, you get a penalty. That should cost your team the game. You can't let that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't let a ref affect how your team goes. Even the thing that ticked me off the most was the St. Louis hand pass, Game 3, when the Sharks won in overtime. Ticked me off the most. You can't review that. I know they changed that now, but still, you have Jordan Binnington swinging his stick at the ref like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. I think it was everything, especially in the Boston series. If I think that Boston could have won that Game 5 of David Perron, who tripped Noel Achari, and it was a terrible call. Yeah. Everyone looked at the ref like like he was crazy or something. But I didn't like it at all. I think it has to be improved. We need to see more Wes McCauley, 100%. But some refs are just really bad. It affected it. It changed the whole thing. It changed the whole playoffs, and that's not good. In a bad way. How can the NHL improve the salary cap situation? In my opinion, I think it starts with more endorsements. The NHL has to. Well, they're doing a good job right now. Alexander Ovechkin went to China to be a global ambassador for China for hockey. That's great. It's going to lead to more endorsement deals, a new TV deal when the CBA comes around. Improve this, and like they would just keep improving it every year. But it can't be too much because if it becomes anything like baseball, MLB, or NBA, or even NFL, it'll be out of control. Teams like New York Rangers and Toronto will be the best teams, and a less prestigious team like Florida Panthers, like the Florida Panthers would be in a sticky situation. And that's not good. I think it should be improved a million every year, and that's it.
Yeah.
McDavid is the best player to ever play, in my opinion, because much harder to succeed. And McDavid is most. Yeah, I agree with you, Sammy. He is the most. He is the greatest player in the world. Greatest, in my opinion, the greatest athlete in the world. Hockey is probably the toughest sport to play. He had to adapt to so much, and he came in as a 20-year-old, scored 100 points. A 19-year-old, he was over a point per game, and he got injured. I like he's the best player in the world, 100%, best hockey player to ever play. I think he's better than Gretzky even for his own time, only because it's two different eras. Yeah, I agree with you, Sammy.
Yeah.
Top 5 prospect pools. Number 1, the Colorado Avalanche. Number 2, the New Jersey Devils. Number 3, the New York Rangers. Right. Number 4, who else can I really think of here? I like Ottawa's prospect pool a lot, actually. I'll take Ottawa number 4. And number 5,
I put Montreal there too.
No, the Montreal's more of a
really
6 to 10 for me. 6 to 10 for me. Number 5.
Suzuki.
Yeah, but again,
Suzuki, Cole Caulfield.
Right. Ryan Poehling is still considered kind of a prospect. Yeah. He only played 1 game. Yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna go 5 New York Islanders. Yeah. Will there be a lockout once the CBA ends? I hope not, because it all depends on what it may sound crazy right now, but it all depends on all the RFAs right now. Like Marner, Laine, Kyle Connor, McAvoy can be offer sheeted, but still he's there. They're all waiting for Marner. They're all waiting what he's gonna do. Werenski's an RFA. Nobody talks about him. It's very frustrating to watch. I hope there will not be a lockout. But the CBA, they're really stubborn, and they're gonna look for any way to start a lockout. Florida is a true contender this year with their offseason ads. Yeah, they got Strawman, they got Bobrovsky, we know that. They got Brett Connolly, great depth pieces.
Noah Chari.
Yeah, like Noah Chari. He was tripped in the Boston game 5. They're a playoff contender. That's 100%. But I don't know if they can win the cup. Again, defense is still shaky. It's questionable. But don't get me wrong. I would want to see. They need to make the playoffs this year. Barkov is a top 5 center. Huberdeau is a top 10 winger. Nobody talks about him. Vincent Trocheck needs to have a bounce back year. Eggblad needs to prove he's a first overall pick. Yeah, 100%. They're contenders, but they need to step up this year. Werenski or Seth Jones. I think he's the best defenseman in the NHL. He's unappreciated. His two-way style of game goes unnoticed by a lot of people. Werenski's an elite player. I love him too, and it's the best pairing in the league. Werenski and Seth Jones. But I think he's still too young to make a decision on Werenski yet, because he hasn't played enough. He hasn't shown as much as Seth Jones did. I think Werenski is a top 10 defenseman, though. I like him a lot. Canucks prospects or Ottawa prospects? Which one do you like more, Tyler?
I'm gonna go Canucks prospect.
Yeah.
I like Quinn Hughes better. I like Thatcher Demko, Michael DiPietro. They still have old Levy down there. He could do something if he wanted to. Vasily Podkolzin is there. He's supposedly an elite scorer. Just no one want to pick him because they don't know if he's coming over from KHL. I just like Canucks prospects better. More elite talent up there.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you, but we also can't forget from Ottawa, they have Colin White. They have Eric Brandstrom. You can't forget about their pool at all. I mean, I like it a lot. He's not a prospect, but Brady Tkachuk is an elite player. But again, yeah, Canucks are better, and as of right now, what prospect pool is better, Ottawa or Vancouver? Yeah, I just answered this. It's Vancouver's. It's definitely very close. So I agree with you then, but I'm gonna have to go with Vancouver because of what they did this whole year and the last 5 years. I like Vancouver and I like Ottawa. Who is better? Yeah. Who is better? Prime Drew Doughty, prime Duncan Keith, prime Erik Karlsson, or prime Rasmus Dahlin? Before we answer this question, I don't think there's really a prime Dahlin because he's only played 1 year. Yeah. So I'm gonna really look at the 3 guys you said before: Doughty, Keith, and Karlsson. Personally, I don't think Keith is prime. Keith is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but Karlsson and Doughty are unbeatable. I'm going to go Karlsson here. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, same here. I think, like you said, Karlsson and Doughty are another level than Keith. But I think Karlsson has that more offensive style game than Doughty. Doughty has more of a two-way more than offensive, more defensive than offensive. But I think Carlson has the better hands, better speed overall, better shot. And is Eric Carlson out of his prime?
No.
I don't know. I think he just had a down year.
Yeah. I didn't,
Yeah.
and that's a down year to you. Then that's a really good down year, in my opinion. I'm not. Yeah, we're gonna both go Carlson here. I like Dowdy. Don't get me wrong, and Keith was good too. But yeah, what team do you think makes the playoffs that didn't last year, and what team misses the playoffs that made it last year? I'll go first here. If Marc-Andre Fleury gets injured, Edmonton Oilers will take their spot. I think Edmonton has to make it this year. They have Draisaitl, they have McDavid, they have Klefbom, Nurse, Larson, Koskinen, and Talbot have to prove that they're good. They have Rodney Nugent-Hopkins. Yeah, I think they have to make it, but it's only if Fleury gets injured or some crazy injury. And not only Edmonton makes the playoffs, I also think New Jersey will make the playoffs. I like them. I like Subban. I like their additions of Jack Hughes, Nikita Gusev, Wayne Simmons. I said Subban, right? I just don't think they're the goaltending, like I said before in the video, the goaltending is a big question mark. But yeah, I think they're gonna make it. And the two teams they replace, I'm gonna have to go here. Probably I'll say the Devils will replace the Carolina Hurricanes, only because Carolina is a big question mark with their goaltending, and Edmonton will replace Vegas. Right, I just said that before. Edmonton will just replace Vegas because if this is only if Fleury gets injured, because I just don't think the boys can pick it up even with that good of a decor. But most overrated players. What do you think, Tyler?
Ooh, okay. So most overrated right now. I'll just give two. I can't think of three off the top of my head. Drew Doughty's definitely one. He's not putting up the points for $11 million. As good as his defense game is, he's just not up there in the offensive production, which an $11 million defenseman would be getting paid, like Carlson. Another one I'd have to go with is
Ryan Suter.
Give me 1 year.
Ryan Suter. Ryan Suter. Yeah, I think he's very overrated. Don't get me wrong, Victor Hedman is a top 5 defenseman in the NHL still, but that playoff series, he better have a good year next year, or he will be an overrated defenseman. I don't really have any more. I mean, Lucic isn't really overrated anymore. He just rated. I think Panarin is very overrated. I think Artemi Panarin is very overrated. He's overpaid, overrated. Again, 90-point guy, but not the best. He gets paid almost more than Connor McDavid.
He overrated for the money he.
Right. Yeah. If he got paid $4 million less, I would love him.
Yeah.
Rank these young D-men: Heiskanen, Dahlin, Byram, Quentin Hughes, Brandstrom, Makar. Okay. I guess at number 6 I'll go with Brandstrom, only because he hasn't played a game yet. Number 5 I'll go Byram. I like him, but he hasn't played a game yet. He looks promising. I think he's gonna have a really good career. At number 4, I'm gonna put Makar. I love Makar's style. He had a really good playoff run, 6 points in 10 games with the Avs. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Dahlin probably. Oh no, Quentin Hughes, only because he hasn't really had a big sample size yet. But he's gonna have a really good career. He's elite. And then Dahlin, number 2, he's a great player, but I just think Heiskanen is much better. I think Heiskanen's a shutdown. He showed that in the playoffs. If Dahlin makes the playoffs and does what he does, I'll replace him because Dahlin got chosen first and Heiskanen got chosen later. But I definitely like Dahlin. I like Heiskanen better for now. Who had a better offseason, the Rangers or the Devils? Do you want to answer this, Tyler?
I feel the big player in Panarin, but I feel those all season spending wise, they didn't overpay players. Handed Jacob Trouba $8 million contract, handed Artemi Panarin $11.65. Devils paid Will Butcher $3.73. That's a huge underpayment, team-friendly deal. They got Nikita Gusev, who could put up 60. PK Subban, he's making 9, but he wasn't playing that number 1 role like he's used to playing. Wayne Simmons is just there to protect Jack Hughes. It's a 1-year deal, but $5 million is nothing for 1 year. And they still have Pavel Zacha to sign, and they still have about $9 million left in cap space.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Devils had a way better offseason only because they overpaid Panarin. And the Devils really had a much better offseason because they got Gusev, they got Simmons on team-friendly deals. Hall's a question mark, but that's next season. They got Subban, they got Hughes. So, yeah, I'm going to go Devils. Most likely bust at a 2019 draft. I'm going to go Kirby Dach, or Dach, I don't know how you pronounce it, only because third overall pick doesn't seem really realistic for him. He was expecting to go top 8, but I think he's going to be the bust because only because of how early he's chosen. Him or Vasily Podkolzin, only because because they were chosen really early. And and a big one is Moritz Seider. Yeah, 5th overall or 6th overall with the Red Wings is completely way too early for him. But another conversation of the day, I think he's gonna be the bust actually, Moritz Seider. You agree with me?
No.
What do you think?
I think there's a reason why Stevie Yzerman picked Moritz Seider that early in the draft instead of just trading down. I feel he knew kid was going to be. He knows this kid is going to be a star defenseman one day on that Detroit blue line. The only other one I could see being a bust is maybe Cam York, maybe, or Victor. One of the defensemen, Cam York, Victor Soderstrom, one of those guys.
Yeah. Do you really think Seth Jones is the best? Yeah, I do. He is the best defenseman in the league. He proved it this year. He proved it last year. It's nothing really to discuss here. He puts up 50 points a year. He's big. He gets it out of the zone. He's the most reliable defenseman in the league. Top 3 biggest steals, just like Tyler said, Cam York. I liked Soderstrom 100%. Who else got chosen really late? That was a steal. Cole Caulfield. Oh yeah, that's the biggest steal of the draft. Yeah, I think Broberg could be a bust. Yeah, Sammy, I agree with you. Broberg could definitely be a bust. No, I really don't. Just because he's going to Edmonton, it's not bad. Broberg, he's not offensive, but he's not really defensive. So I don't know what his style is. I want to see his game in the NHL. No more questions for you guys. Get your last questions in. We're gonna end soon. Get your last questions in if you guys got any. Yeah, Broberg could definitely be a bust. Xbox or PS4. I answer this. It's PS4. I mean,
PS4.
1v1. What do you want 1v1 in?
Street Fight.
You guys got any more questions? Please leave them in the top 5 defensemen from the 2019 draft. I'm gonna.
So
you got.
Start off. Number 1's gotta be Byram.
Yeah, obviously Byram's gotta be number 1. 2 would be Cam York probably, right? Because I don't really.
Cam York is Soderstrom.
Cam York and Soderstrom.
Then Soderstrom.
Right.
So then you could put. I'm gonna put Moritz Seider in there.
Moritz Seider. Moritz Seider, yeah, and I can't really think of what's the last one, the 5th one.
Yeah, what would be the last one?
I don't know. I can't really think. Maybe. I mean, I like Cam York. I like Cam York at number 2. I can't really think of anyone else. Number 5. Top 5 defensemen from 29. Oh, we said that already. What's a fair trade for McDavid from any team? He's untouchable. There's no.
Okay. Well, let's say he did one out of Edmonton, right?
Yeah, that's already a bunch of value retired. Gone.
I'll give it from this standpoint. So if you want out right this second, say, trade me right now, Ken Holland. I would give you Taylor Hall because he's 1 year left on his contract. You don't know what's going to happen with him. I give you Taylor Hall. It's McDavid we're talking about. I give you 2 first-round picks. I give you Michael McLeod, and I give you Probably some scrub defenseman.
No, that's a terrible deal. I would never. You're just being biased. I think a fair deal would be from Toronto. I think it could be Matthews in the deal, and it's going to be an overhaul because it's the best player to ever play, in my opinion. And it's going to be Matthews, 5 first-round picks, Kasperi Kapanen, Andreas Janssen. I could keep going.
What's a fair trade? Not the whole team.
That's how fair it is because McDavid is the best player in the world. McDavid is the best player in the world. He is untouchable. Rank WHL, OHL, and QMJHL. OHL is going to go first because I think it's the better developing for prospects. WHL, I'm going to go second. Again, it's the same situation, just like a more prestigious. And QMJHL is going to go last. I don't really focus on that QMJHL. I focus on more OHL. I like WHL too. Bobby who retired, number retired in Can. What do you mean by in Can?
Oh, Canada.
In Canada? And Van.
Vancouver?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
why not? I mean,
Definitely.
he was the man there.
Because
Yeah, they had
because
to.
they don't have a number retired.
Right.
They had to.
Yeah. 100%. Why not? I like that. Why wouldn't they do it? He's one of the best goal. He's top 5 goal in the league. Nobody's untouchable. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Who has a better prospect pool? Ottawa, Montreal. Montreal. I'm going to go Ottawa here. I'm going to have to go Ottawa.
I feel Montreal has a more elite talent, but I feel like Ottawa has a deeper pool.
Yeah, 100%. All right, yeah, that's going to be the last questions for now. Now we're going to go on point predictions. How many points do you think Nikita Zadorov will put up this season, Tyler?
Well, he just came off a new contract. I think he'll be good for anywhere from 30 to 35 points in that range.
Yeah. He's a big man. He's developing nicely into a solid NHL defenseman. Yeah. Mikko Rantanen, how many points is he getting?
Oh, he's got to be good for 90 to 100 points.
Yeah. I'm going to say the same thing for that. Nathan McKinnon, I think over 100. Save that.
Over 100, yeah.
Yeah. Braden Point, if he signs?
Yeah, I'm going to go in the range of 95 to 100. That's his range.
Yeah. I think it's 100 plus for me. Or maybe 90 plus, sorry. Dylan Larkin, I'm going to go 85 to 90. What do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Andreas Anthony, Andreas Anthony, 60 points? Over 60? I like over 60.
Yeah, I'll go 57 points.
I like 60 for him. He's a speedy, versatile forward. Brady Marchand.
I'm going to go 105.
I'm gonna go 110 here. He needs to play a full season. I'm gonna see a full season out of him. Bergeron, I'm gonna say 95 because he always gets injured. What do you think?
Well, he put up 79 this year. I'll go 93.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby, I'm gonna go 90 plus. It's gonna be a step down for him. He's getting older. McDavid, 140. That's how much he's gonna carry the Oilers to the playoffs this year.
140.
Yeah, so I just think it's gonna happen. 140. What do you think?
So, I'll go 120.
No, way too low. Whatever. Philip Zadina.
Oh, okay.
Philip Zadina.
Yeah, he's gonna be his rookie. He'll go 50.
I like 60 out of him. I think he's gonna get 60 under. Torrey Krug, I'm gonna go 55 plus. I like Torrey Krug. He's a puck moving defenseman.
Yeah.
Before we keep going, best defenseman prospect right now. Ty Smith is up there. Evan Bouchard is up there. I'm gonna go Cale Makar. Cale Makar has to be the best one right now. What about Andrew Mangiapane? I like Mangiapane.
It's like a wild card pick.
He usually plays in the either wing or center on the Calgary third or fourth line. He had 20 or over 20 last season. He played really good in the playoffs. He had a highlight reel goal in the first game.
He's the wild card though. He played really good in the playoffs, playing that fourth, and so, but anywhere from 45, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like 30 to 40 for him. It's an overhype, maybe 40 points, but I think it'll be reasonable for him moving up to the third line because James Neal is gone. Over Bjorkstrand, I think he's gonna go 60 plus. Panarin's gone, and he needs to fill up the role of and the single.
It's time for these guys to take the next step. Bjorkstrand, Wenberg has to really step it up. But yeah, I think Bjorkstrand is going to put up 60 plus, like you said.
Yeah. Ricard Raquel.
I think he got like 40 last year.
Yeah.
He was on the top line with Getzlaf and most likely Terry. I'll go 60 plus.
Yeah. Milan Lucic.
15.
Yeah, I got 10. I got 10. Yeah, I got 10 plus for him. The Draisaitl will crack 110 points. 110%. Yeah, he will crack 110. Even more, actually. I like him a lot. He's the most underrated winger in the league. He's definitely a top 6 winger. Nico Hischier.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, with Taylor Hall healthy, should be putting. I'll go 70.
Yeah, Damon C. I like 70 for him too. Maybe even more because he's going to play with Taylor Hall. Weaker conference next season, West or East. I'm going to go West again. Just because of how Colorado made it, as it was like 86 points plus. It's not good. And East, Montreal would have made it like 6 points higher than them.
Montreal had 96 points.
Yeah.
They missed.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. The West will be weaker again. Damon Severson.
He's a guy that's good for about 35 points a year.
Yeah. Sprague Kotkaniemi.
Let's go 70.
Yeah, I agree. Like maybe 60, less than 60 or more than 60. I don't know if it's over or under.
Yeah, that's his like line.
Alex DeBrincat.
Oh, he's got to be good for 85.
Yeah, Zach Bogosian, the All-Star.
Oh, Zach Bogosian's gonna get 200 points.
Okay, be realistic. Maybe 20 and under.
Okay. Well, if he's an All-Star, he's gonna get 200 points. But yeah, I can't see anything more than 20.
20 and under.
Not that kind of
but it's still good. He's definitely he plays a good role in that Buffalo team as a veteran.
Vote Zach Bogosian 2020 All-Star game.
Yeah, 100% agree. Shabbat will get over 70 points. This is his year to break out. Well, he broke out last year, but I think this year will be even better year. Oliver.
It's his.
Yeah. Brock Besser.
If he's healthy, I say 80.
I say 70, but that's going to include the 70 points. We'll have 40 goals. I like him a lot if he stays healthy. Only if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Vitaly Kravtsov.
His rookie year, I'm going to say 35.
Yeah. Kapakako.
50.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go 40 and under, actually. Never mind. Kel McCarr.
45.
Yeah, I'm going to go 50 here. I like him. I think he's a versatile defenseman. This is his year to replace Tyson Barrie. So, yeah. Jack Hughes.
45.
Really? That low? And how many did you say Kako would get?
Some adjustment.
How many did you say Kako would get?
At 50.
No, I got Hughes at 60 plus and Kako at 50. Martin Necas.
40.
I got 30 and under. Yeah, he's gonna play third line or maybe even fourth. I don't know.
I think he's ready.
Yeah, no, he's ready. Yeah, he's ready. But I don't know if he's gonna play high slot yet. Troy Terry, the Ducks. I guess you wouldn't say rookie anymore.
Anywhere from 25 to 30.
Yeah. I like that. It's respectful from him. Sam Steele. I think Sam Steele personally is gonna get 50 plus. He showed flashes of brilliance and limited ice time last year. 2003 draft or 2015. That's tough to pick. I'm gonna have to go 2015 only because of McDavid and Eichel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see a lot of these 2015 guys making an impact right away.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, 2003 draft was good, but not as good as 2015. Well, Danny Hitley got picked in 2003, right? Crosby or Ovi? Who's better? Who's better, Crosby or Crosby? Crosby.
Who's better, or who do I like more?
Who's better? Crosby.
Crosby.
Yeah, Crosby. Sorry to Ovi, but Crosby can do everything. Carlson Koeman on the Bruins. I know him. He's a right winger. I'm gonna say 20.
I actually have him when we did our 31 and 31. I had him slotted in at that second line right wing.
No, he can't play second line. I think third line is more realistic for him.
That's what I said. I said, what are the rookies gonna have to slot in there?
I like Koeman, but
Koeman, if he plays that line, he's gonna put up 50. Hot take.
Okay, yeah, it's a hot take. I'll say 20 plus. Troy McAvoy.
5.
How much?
Just a year, 45.
45. Okay, I agree with that. He's a really good defenseman. We all know that. Jake DeBrusk.
60.
Yeah, he's gonna have to play a much higher role. My favorite NHL commentator is Brendan Burke. No bias. His voice is amazing. He knows how to commentate really good, and he knows how to call a game with excitement. And he doesn't say it in a baseball or golf tone manner. He says it in an exciting voice. What about you, Tyler? What about you, Tyler?
Yeah, my favorite commentator has to be. I mean, I love Doc Emmerich.
Yeah.
Did Devils games for a while. Did NBC now. I love him.
Yeah.
Can't not love the guy.
What about Mark Stone? What do you think he's gonna do?
Mark Stone, I think he puts up 75 points.
Yeah.
I don't see anything less than that.
Or maybe 80 plus.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but he's mostly going to be the next Vegas captain. I like him a lot. Sam Girard, the defenseman that was re-signed to a $4 million contract.
Sam Girard is going to put up 35 with the next season. Though.
Yeah. He has to step up because he did not have a good year that much last year. He had a good defensive year, but he needs to have a good offensive year like he did in 2017-18. Yeah, I agree. Gabe Landeskog? Gabe Landeskog.
87.
I got a 90 plus only because McKinnon's going to bring his a great game. And that was the last player. Let's answer this last question. Brandstrom or Bouchard? This is the toughest question that was asked tonight. I like. Yeah. You choose Brandstrom. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go Brandstrom. He seems like he has a better NHL career. Bouchard is a little slower and didn't play too good in his first 10 games in the league. Again, he was a rookie and a prospect, but
yeah, I just don't like how he looked this year, Bouchard.
His IQ is a little questionable, but I'm gonna choose Brandstrom for now. I like Bouchard. Don't get me wrong, but Brandstrom's better. Mm-hmm. And that's gonna do it for our stream. Thank you all for watching this stream. It was very successful. We're gonna start another stream tomorrow, and definitely this upcoming week. You guys are crazy. Thanks for watching. That's Tyler and another Mike. Make sure to subscribe. Don't forget, hit the notification button. He's Tyler. I'm Eric. We'll see you in the next live stream and video.